Hey all, and She here. Today is Top 3 Tuesday, and we are going to do the top 3 cringiest setups that I've ever done. Well, not cry. This scares me if this falls. I will cry. Today is the Top 3 Tuesday of my three favorite Dragon Quest games from the mainline series. So there's a lot of spin-offs like Dragon Quest Heroes, Builders, Rocket Slime. There's a ton of different games out there, but I just want to talk about my 3 favorite and the best versions to play of the Dragon Quest series. So let's get into it. Alright, for my number 3 game, this game there's only one way to play this particular game. I wish someday that they would make a Switch version of it, because it would be perfect with the Switch nowadays. Because back then, online services weren't that great, but this was the first game that you could actually play with other people. You could play with a Nintendo DS. The Wi-Fi was kind of iffy, but local co-op, everyone had the game and their own DS. You could play Dragon Quest 9. This is Sentinels of the Starry Night. So this game right here is the first game where you could actually design your character. So you could actually make it, you pick the hairstyle, colors, different skin tones, and you could design your character. There's a lot of different equipment that you could have that could change your appearance to, and you could play with your friends on it. Now this game was a harder game. They purposely made this one a harder game, but it was a lot of fun. I only got to play this once before with someone else, and it was fun. It was neat having someone else in my party. And this would be a perfect Switch port, especially with the Nintendo Online service and how good it is, because most of the time you can't play with your friends. But if they fix that, make this so you can play with your friends, this would be an ultimate game right here. It was kind of unique too that your hero is like a fallen angel. You wake up without your wings, and you start your adventure there. So this is my 3rd favorite game. It's a good game, worth playing, and if they ever get it on the Switch, day one buy for me. I would enjoy this one so much. Alright, so my 2nd favorite game is Dragon Quest VIII Journey of the Cursed King. This came out on PlayStation 2, came out on 3DS also. It's my original copy. It was really neat back then because they had a playable demo for Final Fantasy XII, which got a lot of people into the Dragon Quest series. A lot of people never heard of the Dragon Quest because it used to be called Dragon Warrior on the PlayStation 1 and the NES. But so they picked it up for this game because they wanted to play the Final Fantasy XII demo, which was a massive title. I recently picked this one up last year, and this is actually a sealed big box version. It's never been opened. I think it actually has a soundtrack in here because it says music Tokyo Metropolitan Symphony Orchestra conducted on the back of this. So I think that's what it is. Might be maybe just an art book. I'm not sure. If you know, let me know what's in the big box version of it. But my favorite way of playing this game is the 3DS remake. Now, there was a few things that were added to this. There was some quality of life things. It made it easier you didn't have to wait forever when you actually synthesize something in your alchemy pod. There was a couple more characters that you could recruit in this one. And then what was really neat, it had more voice acting. But, alright, spoiler, I'm going to give you 5 seconds. So in the end of this game, you have a choice between, into this game, you can marry Princess Medea. In this version, you have a choice between Jessica or Princess Medea. I just absolutely love the characters. Yangus, I love Yangus. He just cracks me up the way he talks, calls everyone Gov, and these characters are just so lovable. Absolutely love them. Hero, Jessica, And there's just a lot of great characters in this game, and this is why this is my second favorite game that I played in the Dragon Quest series. Alright, so my favorite Dragon Quest game in the main series is Dragon Quest XI, Echoes of Elusive Age. I absolutely love this game. This game blew me away when I started playing it. Open up that title screen and you just hear the traditional music from it. It just gives me chills hearing that, and just the graphics were so amazing in this game. There is a Switch version, and there's also a 3DS version that came out of this game. 3DS version never came to the US. It probably will never. Nintendo's pretty much given up on the 3DS at this point. But this game is just amazing. All the characters between Eric, Jade, Serena, and Veronica, and all the little stories that came along with those characters and the history of them that they had, it really did, touch you. It just was such a great game. I absolutely loved it. So my preferred way of playing this, since I only played these two versions and I can't read Japanese, it's going to be the Switch version. I do like the PS4 version. This is the first version that I beat of the game, and I'm playing through this one right now. Reason why I say this is the ultimate version of it, there's actually extra content in this version. There's two different soundtracks. There's the symphony soundtrack and a synthesized soundtrack. Also, you could switch between 3D mode and 2D mode, so you could go back to Super Nintendo way of playing this game, which is actually pretty awesome. Then they actually add some more content and story to the game. It's actually in 2D mode so far from what I've seen. You could go and those little ghost guys that, these guys right here, little white ghost guys. When you find them, you could get some story from them, and then you could go and relive that story. It's all in 2D mode. So that was really neat. I did get this Brain Arts figure for the hero of Dragon Quest XI. I do love that. It's pretty awesome. I did get the collector's edition day one of the game. I have not opened this up. I might do an unboxing of it someday. I still need to do an unboxing of this my PS Vita here. This is the Metal Slime edition of it. It's all silver PS Vita. I got that imported from Japan, so I do want to do an unboxing of that one day because it just looks so beautiful. And then, of course, you saw a few weeks ago when I did a video, I got the buttons sent to me, so that was pretty cool. But, all these characters are just awesome. The story is just great, and it's so much fun. So, if you have a Switch, I cannot recommend this version enough. This is it is awesome. Play it. I'm playing it through the 2D mode right now. One thing I do kind of feel about the 2D mode is you lose a lot of I think the personality of each of the characters because you're reading it. They're not voiced. Even in the cutscenes, when they actually have the 3D cutscenes to it, you have to read it. So they cut out all the voices altogether. You're reading the whole thing. It's still a neat experience. It kind of feels like a different game to me playing the 2D version of this game. So definitely worth playing. I'm going to play this all the way through 2D. Then I'm going to go back through it again. Alright, so another spoiler. Yeah, 5 seconds. So someone in your party dies, and they die permanently, but there's an option to replay the game at the end after you beat the boss. And when you beat the boss, the story doesn't end there. It actually kind of continues on, and then you could play the game more, and it leads you to a quest where you could start the game over. I thought that was really, really neat, where they kind of tied in starting the game over, and you could actually change the past because you go back in time. You could change the past so one of the characters does not die, and then you have that character again playing through the whole thing all the way and defeat the boss and everything again. So they do a second playthrough of the game. I never did that on this version of it, but I will do it on this version. This version I'll play 2D all the way through and then after I beat the game, I'm going to go back to 3D and just relive the whole game again. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. So I am looking forward to playing more of this. I'm about 12 hours into the game. I think I put close to 90 hours into this version of it. So I am really looking forward to it. This is what I'm playing. I was playing Link's Awakening, but when this came out a week later after Link's Awakening, I can't get back into Link's Awakening. I have to play it. I have to beat it again. I have to enjoy and love this game again. So that is my top 3 games in the mainline Dragon Quest series. Again, we got Dragon Quest IX, Sentinels of the Starry Skies. We got Dragon Quest VIII, Journey of the Cursed King. And yeah, Dragon Quest XI, Echoes of Elusive Age. So I can't highly recommend these enough, especially if they could please remake this game on the Switch. That would be awesome. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Leave your comments on what your 3 favorites are in the series. I know a lot of people like Dragon Quest 5 and 6, but I found that these were, just the point in time in my life where I really enjoy these games. So anyways, talk to you guys later. Bye.